Hi, I'm just going to start off telling you about my daughter Nicole, who died by suicide aged 21. Nicole was, when she was younger, she was the most bubbliest, friendliest, liveliest daughter you could ever have. She always made me so proud to be her mum. She was also cheeky and, you know, just the typical child growing up. She had lots of friends. We had a mobile home down in Wexford where we spent most of our time, you know, all through the summer and bank holidays, and you know, we went crab fishing. She learned how to jump off the pier without our armbands. We spent all the time on the beach. You know, we just did typical everything, and she had lots of friends down there. Nicole's nightmare started when she turned 17. She started to experience going out. When she went out, everything was fine for a few weeks until she befriended. She thought these two girls were her friends. When Nicole didn't want to be with these two girls, it turned into jealousy. They start being really nasty to her and horrible. They used to put cigarette butts out onto her skin in the nightclub. They pulled her down the flight of the stairs by the hair. They also, when Nicole came out of the bathroom, they pushed her so hard into a corner of the table when she dislocated her hip. They used to pretend to dance on the dance floor, and anywhere Nicole went on the dance floor, they would follow her. And they used to pretend to dance and give her an elbow in the chest, or, you know, an elbow in the face. Nicole was beautiful looking, beautiful when she went out, and she would get attention, and these two girls did not like this at all. They hated Nicole getting any attention. I used to beg Nicole. She'd only go out once a week, and I used to beg her and say, Nicole, just stay in, please don't go out. And she used to always say, Ma'am, why do I have to stay in? Why should I have to stay in? I'm not going to let these get the better of me. So Nicole would go upstairs and she would put on her makeup and do herself up, and then she'd go into the bathroom and throw up. This girl was the liveliest, bubbliest girl you could ever meet until this all happened. And then I'm watching her throwing up in the bathroom because she was full of nerves and anxiety at the thought of going out. And all she wanted to do was go out and have a laugh and have a few drinks and dance and sing. But these people wouldn't let her. She used to, after she'd throw up, she'd come down the stairs and she'd stand at the door and she'd say, Ma'am, take a picture of me. This picture on my t-shirt Nicole had taken 2 weeks ago, 2 weeks before she took her own life. She went out with a big smile on her face, saying nobody's going to get me. In 2015, Nicole took an overdose because these people, no matter where she went, she couldn't even go down to the shops. Anywhere she went, these people would be there, and they said they were going to get her. They made a fake page called Saoirse and told her that they were going to beat her up so bad and put her on life support machine. In 2015, Nicole took an overdose, and I thought that was my worst nightmare. When I found her, I got her to the hospital straight away, and they kept her in hospital for 4 days. I brought her to CAMHS after that, and in CAMHS they told me that it was all part of life. It was just a phase she was going through, that she'd get over it. So when I brought her home, Nicole, from this bubbly, lively girl, she started staying in her bedroom. She cried herself to sleep every night, and she would wake up so unhappy the next morning. She said to me one night, she said, Ma'am, I don't want to be here anymore. I don't want to live, and the only reason why I can't die is because I don't want to leave you heartbroken. These people that tortured Nicole physically weren't happy with this. These people decided to go online with her. Every day, no matter what time, they would always, they'd make fake pages, or they'd set up a WhatsApp group or Messenger and Snapchat. Snapchat was so lethal because the image used to disappear after 10 seconds. They used to say to her every day, go hang yourself. Go die. Everyone hates you. Nobody wants you here anymore. And from this lively, bubbly girl, when you hear this every day, someone telling you every day, it gets into your head, and it stays into your head. And this beautiful, lively girl just couldn't take it anymore. On the 18th of January, I left the house with my 2 sons at 3:20. I dropped one of my sons to work. Oh no, and I went around to the school to collect my other son. At 4:20, we walked into the house together, me and my 14-year-old son. And there, for a split second, I seen the stepladder. And I said, what's the stepladder? And 1 second later, Nicole was hanging from the banisters. She had gone out and taken the dog's lead and had hung herself. When I got home, Nicole was still alive and she was still warm. I shouted to Lee, please take her down, take her down. And I went over to lift her up and tried to get the weight off her neck. My son took her down and I rang the ambulance and put her on loudspeaker while I was doing life support on her, CPR on her. I begged her not to go. That was going to be okay. And that everything was going to be okay. And she was still warm and I was rubbing her hair. It seemed like forever that they were working on her in the kitchen. When she got to the ambulance, and Nicole took a massive heart attack and she had died, but they got her back. They got her heartbeat back. When I got to the hospital, Nicole was on life support machine and we were called in by the doctor, and my son, my 14-year-old son, said, is she going to be okay? And the doctor turned around and says, no, she's going to die. Still then, you don't take that in, that she's never coming home. He said that her organs were going to start shutting down and she'd pass away on her own. I'm going to say it's lucky, and that's not even the right word. But we were lucky enough to have 2 days with her while she was still breathing, while she was still on life support machine, where my family and friends came up and they weren't coming up to see her, they were coming up to say goodbye. I stayed awake for 2 days and nights with her, begging her, just even open your eyes. Just say something. Nicole loved McDonald's when she was younger and she used to eat it all the time. I used to keep giving out to her, stop eating that, and she used to call me Jackers. And she'd text me from upstairs, she'd go, yup Jackers, are we going to Macca's? And I'd be giving out to her. So while Nicole was lying on the hospital bed, I just sat there waiting for her to say, yup Jackers, are we going to Macca's? And I put my phone on her leg and just said, even just tap it off, just show me something. But she was gone. The doctor said that she had extensive brain damage. Nicole, just minutes before Nicole died, I said to her, Nicole, just let go. I said, just let go, because no one will ever hurt you again. No one can ever touch you. And I said, I love you, Cocoa Pops. Then she died. A couple of days after she died, the guards came around to me and said that it's not a criminal offence for anyone to annihilate or torture. When I say Nicole was bullied, that sounds like a real playground word, something that kids do in the playground. She was tortured when she couldn't live another day. And what gives anyone the right to tear strips, to tear someone's confidence down like that, to tear strips off them, to make them feel that they can't live past another day? I want to ask you today, how many more ropes do we have to cut down off our loved ones' throats due to cyberbullying? How many more people do we have to pull out of a river or a lake due to cyberbullying? How many more stomachs have to be pumped out from an overdose because people can't take it anymore due to cyberbullying. And many more people have to take that final step off of a bridge and plunge to their death just because these people think it's okay to annihilate and torture them. Nicole is not a statistic. She'll never be a statistic. Nicole is my daughter, my only daughter, my only baby girl. She's never going to be a statistic. And then they say they have statistics for online abuse. What about the people that haven't took their own life? What about the people that are in their bedrooms every night cutting themselves and harming themselves? Before, Nicole told me that she wanted to die and she couldn't go because she didn't want to leave me heartbroken. Nicole was in her bedroom most nights getting her nails and digging it into her skin, into her legs and into her stomach and then onto her face. How many more people are doing that every night in their bedroom? This doesn't only happen, bullying doesn't happen in the playground, it starts in the playground. But this happens to teenagers and it also happens to people in the workplace who are in the workplace as well and think when they can leave work that everything is grand. No, they get bullied in the workplace as well. Years ago, we used to be able to go to school and, you know, an argument has happened, you could come home and it'll be all forgotten about. But now everything with Snapchat and WhatsApp and all these anonymous groups where you can't even find out who's saying it, this has to stop. How many more people have to go through this and finally take their lives because they feel like they can't live another day the way my baby girl felt? I would do anything to have her back with me. But if I had to take her back, if I was given a choice to take her back the way she left, I would say no, because I'd never let her feel the way she felt the day she went. I could never have her back the way she felt when she went. So this is not only for the people that get bullied, this is for the parents that are left with the devastation, the heartbreaking, the gut-wrenching, soul-destroying emptiness that's left in their lives. I'll never see Nicole again. I know she's here with me now, and I know she'll always be beside me, but please just get this law in, and don't let anyone feel the way Nicole felt, and many more that has gone after her. And please don't make anyone feel the way I feel every single day of my life, and it'll never go until the day I see Cole again.